Matter can change from one state to another. For example, ice can become water, and water can become vapor when energy changes. When matter gains or loses energy, its particles can move differently. Kaya changes in energy can cause changes in the state of matter. Today, we'll explore melting, freezing, evaporation, condensation, sublimation, and deposition. Let's discover how energy changes matter around us. Melting happens when a solid gains enough energy para sa particles to move more freely and change into a liquid state. When ice receives heat, its particles move faster and become less fixed. Eventually, the solid ice becomes liquid water. Ice melting on a warm day is a familiar example. Chocolate melting and butter softening are also examples of melting. Freezing happens when a liquid loses enough energy, causing its particles to move more slowly and become arranged as a solid. As water loses thermal energy, its particles slow down and become more organized. Eventually, the liquid changes into solid ice. Water turning into ice inside a freezer is freezing. This process happens when enough energy is removed from a liquid. Evaporation happens when liquid particles at the surface gain enough energy to escape and become gas particles in the air. Unlike boiling, evaporation can happen at the surface of a liquid, even when the entire liquid is not boiling. Wet clothes drying and puddles disappearing under the sun are everyday examples of evaporation. Heat gives surface particles enough energy to escape. Condensation happens when gas particles lose energy, slow down, and come closer together to form a liquid. The water droplets outside a cold glass come from water vapor in the air. The vapor cools and changes into liquid water. In nature, condensation helps form clouds. When water vapor cools and becomes liquid droplets, clouds can develop in the atmosphere. Sublimation happens when a solid changes directly into a gas without becoming a liquid first. This is a special change of state. Dry ice is a familiar example. Instead of melting into liquid, solid carbon dioxide changes directly into gas through sublimation. Some solid substances can sublime under certain conditions. The key idea is simple. Solid changes directly into gas without becoming liquid. Deposition is the opposite of sublimation. It happens when a gas changes directly into a solid without becoming a liquid first. Frost forming on a very cold surface is an example of deposition. Water vapor changes directly into solid ice crystals. Sublimation goes from solid to gas, while deposition goes from gas to solid. Both processes skip the liquid state completely. When energy is added, particles generally move faster. This can cause solids to melt and liquids to evaporate into gases. When energy is removed, particles generally slow down. This can cause gases to condense and liquids to freeze into solids. The big idea is this. Changes of state happen because particles gain or lose energy, changing their movement and arrangement. Changes of state happen all around us every day. We see them in cooking, weather, freezing, drying clothes, and many other situations. When you observe ice melting or water evaporating, you are actually seeing evidence of energy affecting particle movement. Ang galing, di ba? Science is happening around us constantly. Understanding changes of state helps us explain many ordinary events using scientific ideas. Today, we learned 6 changes of state: melting, freezing, evaporation, condensation, sublimation, and deposition. Each involves energy changes. Remember, adding energy generally makes particles move faster, while removing energy generally makes them move more slowly. So next time you see ice melt or water vapor condense, remember, particle movement and energy are behind every change. Keep asking, keep exploring, and remember, Science starts with you. See you in our next science adventure.